Hey there, school, right? I know a lot of us have mixed feelings about it. On one hand, it can be pretty stressful with all the homework, projects, and tests. But on the other hand, it's where we get to learn new things and hang out with friends every day. Speaking of friends, did you hear what happened in Jessica's math class yesterday? Apparently, oops, I probably shouldn't gossip about that. Anyway, what's been your favorite or least favorite part about school so far this year? Don't forget to study for that big exam coming up next week. Let me know if you need any tips or just want to vent about school stuff. We're all in this together. Hey, what's up everyone? Today I wanted to talk about cars and share some thoughts on this mode of transportation we rely on so much. You know, when you really stop and think about it, cars are just mind-blowing machines. The level of engineering and technology packed into these metal boxes we hop into every day is crazy. From the internal combustion engine to the advanced computer systems controlling everything, it's like we're driving around in mini spaceships. And let's not forget the creature comforts, heated seats, touchscreen displays, you name it. Cars have definitely come a long way since the Model T, but I guess all that convenience does come at a cost, both financially and environmentally. The future is going to be really interesting as electric and self-driving vehicles keep evolving. Who knows, maybe flying cars will be next. Hey there, today let's talk about cats, right? Cats are just the cutest and most adorable little fur balls ever. I mean, have you seen how they curl up and nap? It's like the most precious thing, but cats aren't just cute. They're also total goofballs. Like 1 minute they're chilling and the next they're zooming around chasing nothing. And don't even get me started on all the silly poses they strike. It cracks me up every time. You know what else is great about cats? They're low maintenance buddies. Feed them, scoop the litter, and they're living their best lives. Although, fair warning, they might start knocking stuff off shelves for fun. But hey, that's just cats being cats, am I right? Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to chat a bit about men. You know, we've all got our own experiences and perspectives on masculinity and what it means to be a man. But I think there's still a lot of outdated ideas and toxic stuff surrounding gender roles. You feel me? Like, why do men have to be these stoic, unemotional, tough guys all the time? That's just not healthy or realistic. And the whole men are from Mars, women are from Venus thing. Come on, we're all human at the end of the day. I'm just saying we could use a little more openness and understanding when it comes to exploring different sides of masculinity. What do you all think? I'd love to hear your takes on this in the comments. Hey there, let me tell you a bit about the old history. You know, history is just fascinating to me. It's like this huge story of humanity unfolding over thousands of years. And the really old stuff, that's where it gets really interesting. Like ancient civilizations and empires, they had these incredible cultures and achievements that we're still learning about today. The pyramids, the Silk Road, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. It's just mind-blowing when you think about it. These were real people living these incredible lives so long ago. And yet, in many ways, they weren't that different from us. They had hopes and dreams, they loved and lost, they were human, you know? Anyway, that's why I love diving into the old history. It connects us to our roots and reminds us that we're all part of this amazing, ongoing human story. Hey everyone, let's talk sports today. You know, there's just something special about watching your favorite team or athlete perform at the highest level. Whether it's the thrill of a last-second comeback or the sheer artistry of a well-executed play, sports have a way of captivating us like nothing else. And I'm not just talking about the big professional leagues either. Community sports, backyard games with friends and family, it's all part of that shared experience that brings people together. At the end of the day, win or lose, it's about the passion, the competition, and the memories we make along the way. So get out there and play, cheer, or just enjoy the game, you know? Hey everyone, you know, I was just thinking about how amazing animals are. Like, have you ever seen a cheetah running at full speed? It's crazy how fast they can go. And penguins, they're so adorable waddling around, but did you know they're actually excellent swimmers too? Oh, and let's not forget about elephants. They're the largest land animals, and they're so intelligent, and they have this incredible memory. Nature is just, wow. There are so many incredible species out there, each one unique and fascinating in its own way. I could go on and on, but I'll stop here for now. Maybe next time we can talk about some more awesome animal facts. Hey there, let's talk about fruit today. You know those sweet and juicy foods that just make you smile? I'm telling you, there's nothing like biting into a perfectly ripe peach or strawberry on a hot summer day. But fruit isn't just for snacking. You can get so creative with it in the kitchen too. Have you ever tried making a fresh mango salsa? Game changer. Oh, and don't even get me started on the health benefits of fruit. Packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer to load up on nature's candy. Anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on the wonderful world of fruit. Let me know your favorites down in the... Oh, whoops, gotta go. Catch you next time. Hey there, so let's talk about apples today. You know, apples are one of the most popular fruits around the world, and you can do so much with them, right? Like you can eat them fresh, so crisp and juicy, or bake them into delicious pies and crisps. Oh man, now I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. But apples aren't just tasty, they're also really good for you. Packed with fiber, vitamins, antioxidants, the whole package. Honestly, an apple a day might really keep the doctor away. So next time you're looking for a healthy snack, maybe grab an apple. Your body will thank you. I think the best way to learn English is to talk with native speakers who have English as their mother tongue. But the really best way to learn English is if you have an English boyfriend or girlfriend, because that really makes you learn English a lot faster.
Best way to learn English is to go abroad. Live in that country for a while, get used to the culture, and make friends. I think socializing is the best way to learn a new language.
The best way to learn English? First, you watch movies. A lot of movies, foreign movies, well, English movies would be the best, and you can choose the movies. That's the first thing you have to. And then second of all, you can learn vocabulary. And the other best things to learn English is having conversation with a native speaker, because you can improve your pronunciation.
I think meet many foreigners and make foreign friends cause not only studying a book and read books and correcting grammar, it is important. But you know, facing with the real native is one of the most important to improve your English skill.
The best way to learn English, I believe, is actually to go a country that they speak English. You will pick it up very fast. There is no other way around. You have to learn, or otherwise you will be somewhat outside of the society. So the best way to learn is being around the people that speak English.
Once upon a time, in a small village nestled at the edge of a dense, mysterious forest, lived a young girl named Lily. The villagers often warned their children to stay away from the forest, as it was said to be enchanted and filled with unknown dangers. However, Lily was a curious and adventurous soul who always wondered what lay beyond the village boundaries. One sunny afternoon, Lily decided to venture into the forest. As she walked deeper into the woods, the light from the sun faded and a thick fog began to swirl around her. Undeterred, she pressed on, her heart pounding with excitement and a touch of fear. Suddenly, Lily stumbled upon a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a magnificent tree with golden leaves that shimmered in the dim light. Entranced by its beauty, Lily approached the tree. As she touched the bark, a gentle voice spoke. "Welcome, Lily. I have been waiting for you." Startled, Lily looked around but saw no one. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I am the guardian of this forest," the voice replied. "I have watched over this land for centuries, protecting its secrets and ensuring its magic remains hidden from those with ill intentions." Lily felt a strange sense of calm wash over her. "Why did you want to meet me?" she inquired. "You possess a pure heart and a brave spirit," the guardian said. "The forest needs someone like you to help maintain its balance and protect it from harm. Will you accept this responsibility?" Without hesitation, Lily nodded. "Yes, I will." From that day on, Lily became the guardian's apprentice. She learned the ways of the forest, discovering its wonders and befriending its magical inhabitants. The villagers noticed a change in the forest as it became more vibrant and alive, though they never knew the true reason behind it. And so, Lily's adventurous spirit not only led her to discover the secrets of the mysterious forest, but also to become its protector, ensuring its magic would thrive for generations to come. The mysterious forest. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by towering mountains and dense forests, there lived a young girl named Emily. Emily was known for her adventurous spirit and her curiosity about the world beyond her village. Every evening she would sit by her window gazing at the mysterious forest that lay just beyond the village's borders. One sunny morning, Emily decided it was time to explore the forest. With a small backpack filled with essentials and her loyal dog Max by her side, she set off on her adventure. As she walked deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller and the sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting enchanting patterns on the forest floor. After hours of wandering, Emily stumbled upon an ancient oak tree with a door carved into its trunk. Intrigued, she pushed the door open and stepped inside. To her astonishment, she found herself in a magical realm filled with talking animals, sparkling streams, and vibrant flowers that seemed to glow with their own light. In this magical realm, Emily met a wise old owl named Oliver. Oliver explained that the forest was enchanted and that only those with pure hearts and a sense of adventure could find the hidden door. He told her stories of the forest's history and the many travelers who had visited before her. Emily spent the entire day exploring this wondrous place, making friends with the animals and discovering hidden treasures. As the sun began to set, Oliver warned her that she must return home before nightfall, as the door would disappear until the next full moon. Reluctantly, Emily bid farewell to her new friends and made her way back to the ancient oak tree. She stepped through the door and found herself back in the familiar forest near her village. With Max trotting happily beside her, she returned home, her heart filled with the magic of the day. From that day on, Emily visited the mysterious forest every full moon, each time discovering new wonders and deepening her bond with the magical realm. She realized that the world was full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and that adventure could be found just beyond the doorstep. I hope you enjoyed the story. In the bustling city of Aurora, amidst the noise of traffic and the hustle of everyday life, there was a small antique shop owned by an elderly man named Mr. Henry. His shop was a treasure trove of forgotten memories, filled with items that each held a story of its own. One day, a young woman named Emma entered the shop, her eyes scanning the shelves and tables filled with relics from the past. She was searching for something special, though she wasn't quite sure what it was. Mr. Henry, noticing her curiosity, approached her with a gentle smile. "Is there something in particular you're looking for, miss?" he asked. Emma hesitated for a moment before replying, "I'm not sure. I recently lost my grandmother, and I feel like I need something to remember her by, something that connects me to her." Mr. Henry nodded understandingly. "Sometimes the things we are meant to find come to us when we least expect it," he said, gesturing for Emma to explore the shop further. As Emma wandered through the narrow aisles, she came across an old, ornate jewelry box. It was intricately carved with patterns that seemed oddly familiar. She carefully opened the box, revealing a delicate locket inside. The locket, adorned with a small sapphire gem, took Emma's breath away. She had seen it before in an old photograph of her grandmother. Emma rushed to Mr. Henry, holding the locket with trembling hands. "This belonged to my grandmother," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "How did it end up here?" Mr. Henry's eyes twinkled with a mix of surprise and recognition. "Ah, the mysteries of life," he murmured. "Sometimes objects find their way back to where they belong. This locket must have a special story, just like your grandmother." Emma purchased the locket and hurried home, her heart filled with a sense of destiny. She spent the evening looking through old family photographs and letters, piecing together the history of the locket and its journey. She discovered that the locket was a family heirloom passed down through generations, each owner adding a small gem to it. Her grandmother had been the last to receive it, but it had gone missing many years ago during a move. Now that the locket was back in her possession, Emma felt a deep connection to her past and a renewed sense of purpose. She decided to honor her grandmother's memory by adding her own gem to the locket and preserving its legacy for future generations. From that day on, Emma wore the locket close to her heart, a symbol of the enduring bonds of family and the remarkable ways in which lost things can find their way back home. As Emma wore the locket each day, she felt a profound sense of closeness to her grandmother. It was as if the locket held not only memories, but also a part of her grandmother's spirit, guiding and comforting her. One rainy afternoon, while Emma was tidying up her grandmother's attic, she stumbled upon an old, dusty journal. The journal's leather cover was worn and its pages were yellowed with age. Inside, she discovered her grandmother's handwriting, detailing her life's adventures, dreams, and thoughts. Emma eagerly read through the journal, uncovering stories she had never heard before, stories of love, hardships, and resilience. She learned about the significance of the locket and the love that had been passed down through generations. Her grandmother had written about how the locket had been given to her by her own mother on her wedding day, and how it had brought her comfort and strength throughout her life. Inspired by her grandmother's words, Emma decided to continue the tradition of the locket. She carefully added a small emerald gem to it, symbolizing her own journey and connection to her ancestors. With each passing day, the locket became a beacon of hope and continuity in Emma's life. One evening, as Emma sat by the fireplace, lost in her grandmother's journal, she received an unexpected visitor. A young woman soaked from the rain stood at her doorstep. She introduced herself as Clara, a distant cousin Emma had never met. Clara explained that she had been searching for family artifacts and had heard about the locket from an old family letter. Emma welcomed Clara warmly and shared the stories she had uncovered. They spent hours talking about their family's history, laughing and crying together as they discovered the rich tapestry of their heritage. Clara, too, was moved by the locket's significance and its journey back to their family. In the following months, Emma and Clara worked together to create a family tree, documenting the stories and heirlooms of their ancestors. They decided to hold a family reunion, inviting relatives from near and far to celebrate their shared heritage. The The reunion was a joyous occasion filled with laughter, stories, and a sense of unity. The locket, with its added gems, became a symbol of the family's enduring bond. Each member of the family shared their memories and added their own stories to the growing legacy of the locket. Years passed, and Emma continued to cherish the locket, adding new gems and stories with each generation. The locket became a treasured family heirloom, a reminder of the strength and love that connected them all. And so the legacy of the locket lived on, a testament to the power of family, memories, and the magical ways in which the past and present intertwine. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between towering mountains, there was a young girl named Emma. Emma had a curious mind and an adventurous spirit, always seeking the wonders that lay beyond the village boundaries. One day, while exploring a dense forest, Emma stumbled upon an old, overgrown path she had never noticed before. Intrigued, she followed it, pushing through the thick foliage until she arrived at a tall, ornate gate covered in ivy. To her amazement, the gate creaked open at her touch, revealing a breathtaking garden unlike anything she had ever seen. The garden was filled with vibrant flowers of every color, towering trees with golden leaves, and sparkling streams that seemed to sing as they flowed. In the center of the garden stood a majestic tree, its trunk wide and ancient, with branches that spread out like welcoming arms. As Emma approached the tree, she heard a soft, melodious voice. "Welcome, Emma," it said. Startled but not frightened, she looked around and realized the voice was coming from the tree itself. "I am the guardian of the enchanted garden," the tree continued. "You have shown kindness and curiosity, and thus you are granted entry to our magical world. Here you will find wisdom and joy, but remember, with great power comes great responsibility." Emma spent the days exploring the garden, learning about the plants and animals, and discovering hidden secrets. She found that the flowers could communicate and the animals had stories to tell. Every day was a new adventure filled with laughter and learning. One evening, as the sun set and the garden glowed with a soft golden light, the guardian tree spoke to her again. "Emma, it is time for you to return to your village. You have gained much from the garden, and now you must share your knowledge and kindness with the world." With a heavy heart but a sense of purpose, Emma bid farewell to the enchanted garden. She returned to her village, where she shared the wonders she had seen and the wisdom she had gained. Her stories inspired others to explore, to be kind, and to appreciate the magic in everyday life. And so the legacy of the enchanted garden lived on, not just in the stories Emma told, but in the hearts and minds of everyone who heard them. The village flourished, and the spirit of the garden's magic spread far and wide, reminding everyone that curiosity and kindness can open the gates to the most extraordinary places. Once upon a time in the small village of Frosthaven, winter arrived with a breathtaking display of nature's splendor. Snowflakes danced in the air, drifting gently to the ground and blanketing the village in a serene white cover. The air was crisp and the world seemed to slow down, allowing everyone to appreciate the quiet beauty of the season. In a cozy cottage at the edge of the village lived a young girl named Emma. She loved winter more than any other season. The first snowfall always filled her with excitement, and this year was no different. As soon as the first flake touched the ground, she bundled up in her warmest clothes and ran outside to play. Emma spent her days building snowmen, making snow angels, and having snowball fights with her friends. The village came alive with laughter and joy as everyone joined in the winter festivities. In the evenings, families gathered around crackling fireplaces, sipping hot cocoa and sharing stories. One particularly cold night, as the snow continued to fall, Emma looked out her window and noticed something magical. The snowflakes seemed to glow with a soft, ethereal light. She quickly put on her boots and coat and ventured outside to get a closer look. As she wandered through the village, she discovered that the source of the glow was a beautiful, ancient tree in the center of Frosthaven. The tree's branches were adorned with sparkling icicles, and a gentle, radiant light emanated from its core. Emma had never seen anything like it before. Curious and mesmerized, she approached the tree and gently touched its trunk. To her surprise, the tree responded by lighting up even more, casting a warm glow over the entire village. The villagers soon gathered around, marveling at the wondrous sight. An elderly villager who was known for his wisdom explained that the tree was enchanted. It only revealed its magic during the coldest winters to remind the villagers of the beauty and wonder that could be found even in the harshest of seasons. From that night on, the glowing tree became a symbol of hope and unity for the people of Frosthaven. They cherished the winter even more, knowing that its magic brought them closer together. As the season passed and the snow began to melt, the tree's glow faded, but the memory of that magical winter remained in the hearts of the villagers forever. And every winter thereafter, Emma would look forward to the first snowfall, hoping to witness the enchantment of the glowing tree once again. Years went by, and Emma grew older, but her love for winter and the magical tree never waned. She often told the story to younger children, keeping the legend alive and sparking their imaginations. One particularly harsh winter, when Emma was now a young woman, the village faced a dire situation.
A powerful snowstorm swept through Frosthaven, cutting off supplies and leaving the villagers struggling to keep warm.
Despite their best efforts, the snow kept piling up, and the village was buried under several feet of snow. Emma knew that the enchanted tree had always brought hope and unity to the village. She decided to gather the villagers and lead them to the tree, hoping that its magic could help them through this difficult time. Bundled in their warmest clothes, the villagers followed Emma through the thick snow, fighting against the biting wind and cold. When they finally reached the tree, they found it covered in even more snow and ice than usual. Emma approached the tree, feeling a mixture of hope and desperation. She placed her hand on its trunk, just as she had done years before, and whispered a silent prayer. For a moment, nothing happened. But then slowly the tree began to glow. The light grew stronger and stronger, melting the snow around it and casting a warm, comforting glow over the villagers. The magical warmth spread through the village, melting the snow and ice that had trapped them. The villagers rejoiced, grateful for the tree's help once again. They worked together to clear the remaining snow and restore their village. The glowing tree had not only provided warmth, but also renewed their spirits and reminded them of the strength they had when they worked together. As the winter continued, the villagers found new ways to support each other, inspired by the tree's magic. They shared resources, helped rebuild damaged homes, and ensured that everyone stayed warm and safe. Emma, now considered the village's guardian of the tree, continued to lead with kindness and courage. The story of the enchanted tree and its ability to bring hope in the darkest times became an enduring legend, passed down from generation to generation. And so, the village of Frosthaven thrived, even in the harshest winters, always remembering the magical tree and the young girl who first discovered its light. The tree stood as a beacon of hope, its glow a symbol of the unity and resilience of the people of Frosthaven. As years turned into decades, Emma grew older and eventually became known as the wise elder of Frosthaven. She taught the younger generations about the importance of community, resilience, and the magic that lay within their village. One winter, long after Emma had passed away, the snowstorm of a century hit Frosthaven. It was harsher and more relentless than any storm the villagers had ever experienced. The village was buried under immense drifts of snow, and the cold was bone-chilling. The villagers, remembering the stories of Emma and the enchanted tree, decided to gather around it once more. This time it was Emma's granddaughter Lily who led the way. Lily had inherited her grandmother's love for winter and deep respect for the tree's magic. As they approached the tree, they found it completely encased in ice, with no sign of its usual glow. Lily, undeterred, placed her hand on the trunk and closed her eyes, remembering the stories her grandmother had told her. She whispered, "Please help us once more, we believe in your magic." For a few tense moments, nothing happened. Then, a faint light began to emanate from the tree, gradually growing brighter and brighter. The ice started to crack and fall away, revealing the vibrant glow that the villagers knew and loved. The warmth spread quickly, melting the snow and ice around them. But this time, the magic did something more. The tree's glow expanded beyond the village, creating a protective barrier that shielded Frosthaven from the relentless storm. Inside the barrier, the air was warm and the snow melted, allowing the villagers to move freely and continue their lives despite the raging blizzard outside. Lily, standing beside the tree, felt a deep connection to her grandmother and the generations before her. She realized that the true magic of the tree was not just in its light, but in the strength and unity it inspired in the villagers. The storm raged on for days, but the village of Frosthaven remained safe and warm, thanks to the enchanted tree and the enduring spirit of its people. When the storm finally passed, the villagers celebrated, knowing they had witnessed a miracle. From that day forward, the villagers took even greater care of the enchanted tree, tending to it and honoring its magic. They planted new trees around it, creating a sacred grove that symbolized their unity and resilience. Lily continued her grandmother's legacy, teaching the children of Frosthaven about the importance of believing in magic, the power of community, and the enduring light that could be found even in the darkest times. And so the story of the enchanted tree and the brave villagers of Frosthaven lived on, a timeless tale of hope, courage, and the magic that lies within us all. As the years continued to pass, the sacred grove of enchanted trees in Frosthaven flourished. The villagers tended to the grove with care and reverence, understanding that their bond with the trees was a symbol of their unity and strength. Lily grew older, and as she did, she became a respected elder in the village, much like her grandmother Emma. She often shared stories of the enchanted tree with the children, teaching them about the importance of community, courage, and the magic that resided in their hearts. One winter, a traveler named Marcus arrived in Frosthaven. He was seeking refuge from a journey that had taken him through many harsh and unforgiving lands. The villagers welcomed him warmly, offering him food and shelter. Marcus was amazed by the warmth and resilience of the villagers, especially during such a harsh winter. One evening, as the villagers gathered around the fire to listen to Lily's stories, Marcus shared his own tales of the outside world. He spoke of places where winters were even harsher and where people struggled to survive. The villagers listened intently, realizing how fortunate they were to have their enchanted grove. Intrigued by the stories of the enchanted tree, Marcus asked Lily if he could see it. She agreed, and together with a group of villagers, they made their way to the sacred grove. As they stood before the glowing tree, Marcus was in awe of its beauty and magic. Lily explained how the tree had saved the village many times and how it symbolized their unity and strength. Marcus, deeply moved, decided to stay in Frosthaven and help the villagers protect and nurture the enchanted grove. Years went by and Marcus became an integral part of the community. He brought new ideas and skills that helped the villagers thrive. Together, they built a small school near the grove where children learned not only about reading and writing, but also about the importance of community, resilience, and the magic of the enchanted trees. As generations passed, the legend of the enchanted tree and the village of Frosthaven spread far and wide. Travelers from distant lands came to see the magical grove and learn from the villagers. They were welcomed with open arms and left with a renewed sense of hope and wonder. Lily, now very old, looked upon the thriving village and the flourishing grove with pride. She knew that the true magic of Frosthaven was not just in the glowing trees, but in the hearts and spirits of the people who lived there. The enchanted tree had taught them that even in the darkest times, there is light and strength to be found in unity and love. And so, the village of Frosthaven continued to prosper, a beacon of hope and magic in a world that often seemed cold and harsh. The enchanted grove remained a sacred place, a testament to the enduring power of community and the magic that lies within us all. Years turned into centuries, and the village of Frosthaven became renowned for its enchanted grove and the wisdom of its people. The sacred grove expanded, with new enchanted trees sprouting up around the original tree, their lights joining together to create a stunning, ethereal glow that could be seen from miles away. Lily's descendants carried on her legacy, passing down the stories and the lessons of the enchanted grove. One of these descendants, a young girl named Alara, showed a special connection to the trees from a very young age. She would often be found sitting among the trees, feeling their warmth and listening to the soft whispers of the wind through their branches. One winter, an unusual and troubling event occurred. The lights of the enchanted trees began to flicker and dim. The villagers, who had grown accustomed to the trees' constant glow, were filled with worry. Without the trees' magic, the village would be vulnerable to the harsh winter storms. Alara, sensing that something was terribly wrong, decided to take action. Guided by the stories of her ancestors, she ventured deep into the forest beyond the grove, seeking answers. As she journeyed, she encountered a wise old woman named Serafina, who lived in a small cottage hidden among the trees. Serafina welcomed Alara and listened to her tale. She revealed that the magic of the enchanted trees was being disrupted by a growing darkness in the land. A powerful force was draining the light and life from the trees, threatening the entire village. Determined to save her village, Alara asked Serafina how they could restore the tree's magic. Serafina explained that the only way to dispel the darkness was to find the Heartstone, a legendary gem said to hold the purest light in the world. The Heartstone had been hidden away in a distant, treacherous mountain range, guarded by ancient and formidable creatures. Without hesitation, Alara set out on her quest. She traveled through dense forests, crossed icy rivers, and climbed steep, snowy mountains. Along the way, she faced numerous challenges and trials, but her determination and love for her village kept her going. After a long and arduous journey, Alara finally reached the mountain where the Heartstone was hidden. She encountered a great dragon, the guardian of the Heartstone. The dragon tested Alara's courage, wisdom, and compassion. Through her unwavering spirit and pure heart, Alara proved herself worthy. The dragon, impressed by Alara's bravery and selflessness, granted her the Heartstone. With the gem in hand, Alara made her way back to Frosthaven as quickly as she could. Upon her return, she placed the Heartstone at the base of the original enchanted tree. A brilliant light erupted from the Heartstone, spreading through the roots and branches of the trees. The enchanted grove blazed with renewed light, brighter and more vibrant than ever before. The darkness was dispelled and the village was saved. The villagers rejoiced, their faith in the magic of the enchanted trees and the strength of their community reaffirmed. Ilara was celebrated as a hero, her name joining the legends of her ancestors. The Heartstone remained in the grove, a symbol of the enduring power of light and hope. The story of Ilara's quest was passed down through generations, a reminder that even in the face of great darkness, the light of courage, love, and unity would always prevail. And so the village of Frosthaven continued to thrive, a shining example of resilience and the magic that could be found within the hearts of its people and the enchanted grove they cherished. In a small village nestled between rolling hills and a dense forest lived a beautiful white cat named Luna. Her fur was as pure as freshly fallen snow and her eyes sparkled like emeralds. Luna was adored by everyone in the village, especially the children, who loved to play with her and stroke her soft fur. Despite her popularity, Luna was a mysterious cat. She often disappeared into the forest for hours, sometimes even days, before returning to the village. No one knew where she went or what she did during her absences. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun set and the village began to glow with the light of lanterns, a young boy named Tom decided to follow Luna into the forest. He had always been curious about her secret and was determined to uncover it. Tom trailed Luna carefully, making sure not to lose sight of her in the thick foliage. The deeper they went, the more magical the forest seemed. The trees were taller, the air was cooler, and strange, enchanting sounds filled the air. Luna moved with purpose, occasionally glancing back to ensure Tom was still following. After what felt like hours, they arrived at a hidden clearing bathed in moonlight. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient oak tree with a hollow at its base. Luna approached the tree, and to Tom's amazement, she began to glow softly. The hollow of the tree illuminated with a warm golden light, and Luna slipped inside. Tom hesitated for a moment before following her. Inside the hollow, he found a secret world unlike anything he had ever seen. It was a realm filled with magical creatures, fairies, sprites, and talking animals. Luna, now transformed into a graceful, magical being, greeted them warmly. "Luna, what is this place?" Tom asked in awe. "This is my true home," Luna replied. "I am the guardian of this magical realm, and I come here to ensure its balance and harmony. But I also love the human world and the kindness of your village, so I spend my time between both." Tom couldn't believe his ears. He had discovered Luna's incredible secret. He spent the night in the magical realm playing with the fairies and learning about their world. By dawn, Luna led him back to the village, but not before making him promise to keep her secret. From that day on, Tom understood Luna's disappearances and respected her secret. He cherished the magical experience and felt a deep bond with the enchanting white cat, knowing that she was not just a beloved pet, but also a guardian of a hidden world full of wonder. Tom kept Luna's secret close to his heart. He often thought about the magical realm and the incredible creatures he had met there. Though he never spoke of it to anyone, he felt a new sense of wonder and appreciation for the world around him. As the seasons changed, Luna continued her visits to the forest, and Tom would occasionally catch a glimpse of her glowing figure disappearing among the trees. He knew she was off to fulfill her duties as a guardian, and he felt proud to have witnessed a part of her extraordinary life. One day, as Tom was playing near the edge of the forest, he heard a familiar soft purr. He turned to see Luna sitting gracefully on a rock, her emerald eyes shining with warmth and wisdom. "Hello, Luna," Tom said, reaching out to stroke her fur. "How is everything in the magical realm?" Luna nuzzled his hand affectionately. "Everything is as it should be, thanks to the balance we maintain. But I have a special favor to ask of you, Tom." Tom's eyes widened with curiosity. "Anything, Luna? What do you need?" "There is a special event happening tonight," Luna explained. "A rare alignment of the stars that strengthens the magic in our realm. I need your help to ensure that everything goes smoothly. Will you join me?" Tom's heart raced with excitement. "Of course, Luna, I'd be honored to help." That evening, as the first stars began to twinkle in the sky, Luna led Tom back to the hidden clearing. The ancient oak tree glowed with a radiant light, and the magical creatures greeted them with joy and anticipation. Under Luna's guidance, Tom helped arrange a circle of enchanted stones around the clearing. Each stone pulsed with a different color, and as they placed them, the air hummed with a powerful energy. The fairies danced around the circle, their laughter like tinkling bells, while the sprites flitted about, spreading sparkling dust. As the stars aligned perfectly overhead, a beam of light descended into the clearing, illuminating the entire area with a celestial glow. Luna stood at the center of the circle, her white fur shimmering as she chanted an ancient incantation. The stones glowed brighter, and the magical realm seemed to come alive with an intensity Tom had never seen before. When the ritual was complete, Luna turned to Tom with a grateful smile. "Thank you, Tom. Your help ensured that the magic in our realm remains strong. You have a kind heart and a brave spirit." Tom beamed with pride. "It was an honor, Luna. I'll always be here to help you." As dawn approached, Luna and Tom returned to the village. The magical creatures bid them farewell, promising to meet again when the time was right. Tom felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing he had played a part in preserving the balance of a hidden, wondrous world. From that day on, Tom and Luna's bond grew even stronger. They shared a unique understanding and a magical secret that tied their lives together in a beautiful, unspoken promise. Tom knew that as long as Luna was around, both the village and the magical realm would be safe and harmonious. Once upon a time, in a remote and rugged mountain range, there lived a solitary man named Ethan. Ethan was a seasoned mountaineer who had chosen the seclusion of the mountains over the bustling life of the city. His home was a small, sturdy cabin nestled in a valley surrounded by towering peaks. Every morning, Ethan would wake up to the crisp, fresh air and the breathtaking view of the snow-capped summits. His days were spent exploring the wilderness, scaling cliffs, and navigating the dense forests that covered the mountainsides. He knew every trail, every hidden path, and every secret spot in the mountains. One chilly autumn day, as Ethan was hiking along a familiar trail, he stumbled upon something unusual. There in a small clearing lay a young wolf pup, seemingly abandoned and shivering from the cold. Ethan approached cautiously, knowing that the mother might be nearby, but there was no sign of her. Compassionate and resourceful, Ethan decided to take the pup back to his cabin. He nursed it back to health, feeding it and keeping it warm by the fire. Over time, the pup grew stronger and formed a bond with Ethan. He named the pup Shadow, for it followed him everywhere like his own shadow. The winter months were harsh in the mountains, with heavy snowfall and biting winds. Ethan and Shadow relied on each other to survive, sharing warmth and companionship during the long, dark nights. Shadow grew into a strong and loyal wolf, always by Ethan's side during his daily explorations. One day, while they were out on a hike, Ethan lost his footing on an icy slope and fell, injuring his leg badly. Unable to walk and miles away from his cabin, Ethan was in a dire situation. But Shadow, sensing the danger, sprang into action. The wolf howled loudly, hoping to attract attention. As fate would have it, a group of hikers passing through the area heard Shadow's desperate howls. They followed the sound and found Ethan, who was fading fast in the cold. The hikers managed to carry Ethan back to his cabin and treated his injuries. Shadow never left his side, keeping a watchful eye on him throughout his recovery. Ethan's love for the mountains remained strong, but he learned the importance of companionship and the unexpected bonds that nature could forge. From that day on, Ethan and Shadow continued their adventures together, their friendship a testament to the power of trust and loyalty in the wild, untamed heart of the mountains. As the seasons changed, Ethan and Shadow's bond grew even stronger. They developed a rhythm to their days, each perfectly attuned to the other. Shadow, now a fully grown and majestic wolf, became not just a companion, but a guardian of their mountain home. One spring morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the peaks, Ethan decided to venture deeper into the mountains than ever before. He had heard rumors of a hidden valley, untouched by human hands, where the flora and fauna thrived in unparalleled beauty. Determined to find this secret haven, he packed his supplies and set out with Shadow by his side. The journey was arduous, with steep cliffs and treacherous paths. Yet, with Shadow's keen instincts and Ethan's unwavering resolve, they navigated the challenges with remarkable synergy. Days turned into weeks, and the landscape grew wilder and more enchanting. One evening, as they made camp by a crystal-clear stream, Ethan felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The search for the hidden valley had become more than just a quest. It was a journey of self-discovery and a testament to the bond he shared with Shadow. Finally, after weeks of relentless exploration, they stumbled upon the entrance to the hidden valley. It was a narrow passage concealed by dense foliage, almost invisible to the untrained eye. Pushing through, they emerged into a world of wonder. The valley was a paradise, with vibrant flowers carpeting the ground, ancient trees towering overhead, and a myriad of animals living in harmony. Ethan and Shadow stood in awe, taking in the breathtaking beauty of this untouched sanctuary. They spent days exploring the valley, documenting the unique plants and animals they encountered. Ethan felt a profound connection to the land, as if he had found a piece of himself that had been missing all these years. As the months passed, Ethan realized that the hidden valley was a treasure that needed to be protected. He resolved to keep its location a secret, safeguarding it from the outside world. The valley became a sacred retreat for him and Shadow, a place where they could escape the pressures of life and reconnect with the pure essence of nature. In the end, Ethan's life in the mountains was not just about solitude or adventure. It was about finding harmony with the world around him and forging an unbreakable bond with a loyal friend. Shadow had come into his life by chance, but their friendship had been the key to unlocking the greatest treasure Ethan had ever known. Together they found not just a hidden valley, but a sanctuary for the soul, nestled in the heart of the majestic mountains. Once upon a time, there was a small, mysterious island in the middle of the vast ocean. This island, known as Lost Haven, was believed to be haunted and had been abandoned for centuries. The locals on the nearest mainland often told tales of strange noises and ghostly apparitions seen from afar. One day, a curious young adventurer named Alex decided to uncover the truth about Lost Haven. Armed with a backpack filled with supplies and a heart full of courage, Alex set sail towards the island. As the boat approached the shore, an eerie silence filled the air, and the once clear skies turned grey and overcast. Upon setting foot on the island, Alex discovered remnants of what seemed to be an ancient civilization. There were crumbling stone structures covered in vines, and the paths were overgrown with dense vegetation. Despite the island's desolate appearance, Alex felt a strong sense of history and mystery. As night fell, Alex set up camp in one of the more sheltered ruins. While exploring by lantern light, Alex stumbled upon a hidden underground chamber. Inside, there were walls adorned with intricate carvings and symbols that seemed to tell a story. It became apparent that the island was once a thriving community, but something catastrophic had happened. Determined to uncover the island's secrets, Alex spent days deciphering the carvings. They told a tale of a great storm that had ravaged the island, forcing the inhabitants to flee. However, a few brave souls had stayed behind, hoping to rebuild. Tragically, they were never able to restore the island to its former glory. In the days that followed, Alex continued to explore Lost Haven, finding more clues and artifacts that painted a vivid picture of the past. The island, though abandoned and eerie, held a beauty and serenity that captivated Alex. The more time spent there, the more it felt like the island was sharing its story, eager to be remembered. Eventually, Alex returned to the mainland, not with tales of ghosts, but with a deeper understanding and respect for the island's history. Lost Haven was no longer just a spooky legend, but a place rich with untold stories and a testament to the resilience of its former inhabitants. From then on, Alex dedicated time to preserving and sharing the history of Lost Haven, ensuring that the mysterious island and its legacy would never be forgotten. News of Alex's discoveries spread quickly. Scholars and historians from around the world became intrigued by Lost Haven. They were eager to learn more about the ancient civilization that once thrived there. With Alex's guidance, a team of experts was assembled to conduct a thorough exploration and excavation of the island. The team arrived on Lost Haven and began their work. As they dug deeper into the ruins, they uncovered more artifacts, tools, and even remnants of ancient writings that provided insight into the daily lives of the island's inhabitants. They found evidence of advanced agricultural techniques, intricate pottery, and elaborate ceremonial sites. One of the most significant discoveries was a large stone tablet buried beneath the central ruin. The tablet contained detailed records of the island's history, including the catastrophic storm that had led to its abandonment. It also mentioned a sacred relic that the inhabitants believed held great power, a relic that was never found after the storm. Alex and the team were determined to locate this relic. They followed clues from the tablet that led them to a hidden cave on the far side of the island. Inside the cave, they found a chamber with walls covered in shimmering crystals. In the center of the chamber, on a pedestal, rested an ornate chest. With great anticipation, Alex opened the chest. Inside was a beautifully crafted amulet, adorned with precious stones and intricate engravings. The amulet seemed to emit a faint, warm glow, and the air around it felt charged with energy. It was clear that this was the sacred relic mentioned in the ancient records. The team carefully documented their findings and brought the amulet back to the mainland. Its discovery sparked a renewed interest in the history and culture of Lost Haven. Museums and universities collaborated to create exhibits and research programs dedicated to studying the island's past. Alex's adventure had not only uncovered the secrets of Lost Haven, but had also reignited a passion for history and archaeology in the wider community. The once mysterious island was now a symbol of discovery and perseverance. Years later, Lost Haven became a protected heritage site, attracting visitors and researchers from all over the world. The island, once thought to be haunted and forsaken, was now celebrated for its rich history and the indomitable spirit of its people. And so, the story of Lost Haven lived on, a testament to the power of curiosity, determination, and the enduring legacy of a forgotten civilization. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling blue lake, summer had arrived in full swing. The days were long, the sun was bright, and the scent of blooming flowers filled the air. Lily, a curious and adventurous girl, eagerly awaited this time of year. She loved exploring the lush forests, swimming in the cool lake, and discovering hidden treasures with her friends. This summer was no different, except for one thing: she had a special plan. Lily had heard tales of a hidden waterfall deep within the forest. Legend had it that the waterfall's pool held magical properties, granting a single wish to anyone who found it. Determined to uncover the truth, Lily gathered her best friends, Max and Emma, and they set off on an unforgettable journey. With backpacks filled with snacks, maps, and a sense of excitement, the trio ventured into the forest. They navigated through dense trees, crossed bubbling streams, and followed the distant sound of rushing water. Along the way, they encountered vibrant butterflies, playful squirrels, and even a wise old owl who guided them closer to their goal. After hours of trekking, they finally stumbled upon the hidden waterfall. It was even more breathtaking than they had imagined. The water cascaded down moss-covered rocks into a crystal-clear pool that shimmered in the sunlight. The sight was so magical that they almost forgot about the legend. As they stood in awe, Lily remembered the tales and decided to test their truth. She closed her eyes, made a wish, and dipped her hand into the cool water. To her amazement, she felt a warm, tingling sensation. When she opened her eyes, a small, sparkling stone lay in her palm. It was a sign that her wish had been granted. With hearts full of wonder, Lily, Max, and Emma returned home, knowing they had experienced something extraordinary. The summer adventure brought them closer together and filled their days with joy and laughter. From that day on, they cherished their memories and looked forward to many more summers of exploration and magic. The hidden waterfall became their sacred spot, a symbol of friendship and the endless possibilities that summer brings. As the summer days went by, Lily, Max, and Emma kept their secret waterfall to themselves, visiting it often to reminisce about their adventure and to dream up new wishes. Each time they returned, the magic of the place seemed to grow, and they found more joy in the simple pleasures of nature. One particularly hot afternoon, as they sat by the pool, dipping their toes in the refreshing water, Max had an idea. "What if we shared this place with others who need a bit of magic in their lives?" he suggested. Lily and Emma pondered this for a moment and agreed. They knew there were many people in their town who could use a little bit of hope and wonder. The trio decided to create a map with clues leading to the waterfall, but only for those who truly needed it. They spent the rest of the summer designing the map and hiding it in places around town where they knew people would find it: the library, the town square, and even the local bakery. As the first leaves of autumn began to fall, the children watched in delight as the first seekers began their journey. They observed from a distance, seeing the joy and surprise on the faces of those who discovered the waterfall. It was a beautiful thing to witness, and it filled their hearts with a sense of accomplishment and happiness. Years went by, and the legend of the magical waterfall grew. Lily, Max, and Emma grew up, but they never forgot their special place. They continued to visit it, now with their own children, sharing stories of their summer adventure and the magic of friendship and nature. The waterfall remained a symbol of hope and wonder, a testament to the power of believing in magic and the joy of sharing it with others. And so, the legacy of that unforgettable summer lived on, bringing light and happiness to many year after year. Once upon a time, in the heart of a vast and ancient forest, there was a small clearing where the trees grew tall and the sunlight filtered through the leaves like golden dust. This was no ordinary forest. It was a magical place where every tree, plant, and creature had a story to tell. Deep within this forest lived a wise old owl named Oliver. He had seen many seasons come and go, and he knew every inch of the forest like the back of his wing. Oliver was the guardian of the forest, responsible for keeping the balance of nature and ensuring that the magic of the woods remained strong. One evening, as the sun began to set and the sky turned a soft shade of pink, Oliver noticed something strange. The trees were whispering in a language he had never heard before, and the animals were restless, as if sensing an impending danger. Curious and concerned, Oliver decided to investigate. As he flew silently through the forest, he came across a young girl named Lily, who had wandered into the woods. Lily was lost and scared, her clothes torn from the brambles and her eyes wide with fear. She had been trying to find her way home, but the forest paths seemed to twist and turn, leading her deeper into the unknown. Oliver landed softly beside Lily and asked, "Why are you here, young one?" Startled, Lily looked up at the wise owl. "I got lost while playing with my friends," she replied, her voice trembling. "I don't know how to get home." Oliver could see the fear in her eyes, but he also sensed something special about Lily. There was a faint glow around her, a sign that she had a connection to the magic of the forest. He decided to help her find her way home, but first he needed to test her courage. "You must be brave, Lily," Oliver said gently. "The forest is full of wonders and dangers, but if you trust in its magic, it will guide you." Lily nodded, determined to prove herself. Oliver led her through the forest, showing her the hidden beauty of the woods. They passed by sparkling streams where the water sang like a lullaby, fields of flowers that glowed in the moonlight, and ancient trees that seemed to reach the sky. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, Lily began to feel a sense of calm. She no longer felt afraid, but rather awed by the wonders around her. She realized that the forest was not trying to trap her, but rather it was teaching her to trust in herself and the magic within. Finally, after what seemed like hours, they reached the edge of the forest. In the distance, Lily could see the lights of her village. She turned to Oliver, gratitude shining in her eyes. "Thank you, Oliver," she said. "I will never forget what you have shown me." The wise owl smiled. "Remember, Lily, the magic of the forest is always with you. Trust in it, and you will never be lost." With that, Oliver spread his wings and flew back into the depths of the forest, leaving Lily to make her way home. She walked towards the village. Lily felt a newfound sense of confidence and a deep connection to the natural world. She knew that she would return to the forest one day, not as a lost girl, but as a friend of the woods. And so the forest remained a place of wonder and magic, guarded by the wise old owl and cherished by those who believed in its mysteries. As the days turned into weeks, Lily couldn't stop thinking about the forest and her encounter with Oliver. Every evening as the sun dipped below the horizon, she would sit by her window gazing toward the dark line of trees in the distance. The memory of the magical woods filled her with a longing she couldn't quite explain. One day, after school, Lily decided to visit the forest again. This time she wasn't lost or afraid. She wanted to explore the wonders Oliver had shown her and perhaps discover new secrets hidden within the trees. She packed a small bag with some food and water and set out towards the forest with excitement in her heart. As she entered the woods, she noticed how different it felt from her first visit. The forest seemed to welcome her, the trees gently swaying as if they recognized her presence. The birds sang sweet melodies, and the air was filled with the scent of pine and earth. Lily walked confidently along the paths, remembering the lessons Oliver had taught her. Deeper and deeper she ventured, until she reached the sparkling stream where the water sang like a lullaby. Lily sat down by the stream, dipping her toes into the cool water and listening to the gentle music it created. As she sat there, she felt a presence beside her. Turning, she saw a small glowing figure perched on a rock. It was a fairy, her wings shimmering in the sunlight. "Hello, Lily," the fairy said in a voice as soft as the breeze. "We've been waiting for you." Lily was amazed. "How do you know my name?" she asked. The fairy smiled. "The forest knows all who enter with an open heart. We've heard of your bravery and your kindness. The trees whispered your name and the animals sang of your return." Lily's heart swelled with joy. "I've come back to explore and learn more about the magic here. Can you show me?" The fairy nodded and motioned for Lily to follow. Together, they traveled through the forest, visiting places even more wondrous than before. They walked through groves of trees that glowed with an inner light, past fields of flowers that changed color with every step, and crossed bridges made of woven vines that stretched across deep ravines. The fairy taught Lily how to listen to the language of the trees, how to understand the songs of the birds, and how to see the hidden spirits that dwelled in every corner of the woods. Lily learned that the forest was alive with magic, and that this magic was connected to the earth, the sky, and all living things. As the sun began to set, casting the forest in a warm golden glow, Lowell the fairy led Lily to a large, ancient oak tree. Its branches stretched wide, and its roots burrowed deep into the ground. "This is the heart of the forest," the fairy said. "It is where all the magic flows from. If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of the forest." Lily placed her hand on the trunk of the tree and closed her eyes. At first, she heard nothing but the rustling of leaves and the distant call of a bird. But then, faint and rhythmic, she heard it. The steady, slow thump of a heartbeat, as though the forest itself was alive and breathing. "It's beautiful," Lily whispered, her eyes still closed. The fairy nodded. "As long as this heart beats, the forest will remain strong and full of magic, but it also needs care and protection. Will you help us, Lily?" Lily opened her eyes and looked at the fairy, determination shining in her gaze. I will, I promise. From that day on, Lily became a guardian of the forest, just like Oliver. She visited the woods often, helping to protect its magic and sharing the wonders she discovered with others. She learned that the true magic of the forest wasn't just in the glowing trees or the singing streams, but in the connection it created between all living things. And so the forest continued to thrive, a place of mystery and beauty, watched over by the wise old owl, the fairies, and a brave young girl named Lily who believed in the magic of the woods. In the vast desert where the golden sands stretched endlessly under the scorching sun, there lived a small fennec fox named Nala. Nala was known for her large ears that helped her hear the slightest sounds in the stillness of the night, and her swift movements that left barely a trace in the sand. The desert was a place of extremes, burning hot during the day and freezing cold at night, but Nala had learned to survive in this harsh environment. She knew where to find the hidden oases with their cool, refreshing water and lush palm trees. She could dig for insects and small creatures that hid beneath the sand, and she was always on the lookout for danger. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of pink and orange, Nala set out on her nightly journey. She was searching for food when she heard a faint, unfamiliar sound carried by the wind. Curious, Nala followed the sound until she came upon a small creature struggling in the sand. It was a young desert lark, its wing injured, unable to fly. Nala approached cautiously, her instincts telling her to be wary, but her heart telling her to help. The lark chirped weakly, looking up at her with pleading eyes. Nala knew that the desert was no place for the weak or injured, but she couldn't leave the lark to fend for itself. Carefully, Nala nudged the lark onto her back and carried it to a nearby oasis she had discovered not long ago. There, in the safety of the palm trees, she made a small nest from soft leaves and placed the lark inside. She brought it water and small insects to eat, watching over it as the days passed. Slowly, the lark began to heal. Its wing grew stronger and it started to sing songs of gratitude to Nala. The songs echoed through the oasis, bringing life to the quiet night. Other animals, hearing the lark's beautiful songs, began to visit the oasis, and soon it became a lively gathering place in the heart of the desert. As time went on, the lark regained its strength and was ready to fly again. One early morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the sands, the lark took to the sky, circling above Nala in a final goodbye. It flew off towards the horizon, but the bond between the two remained strong. From that day forward, Nala would often sit by the oasis, listening to the songs of the larks that had begun to nest there, always remembering the little bird she had saved. The desert was still a place of challenges, but Nala had discovered that even in the harshest of places, kindness and friendship could create a haven of hope and happiness. As the years passed, Nala grew older, but her spirit remained as lively as ever. The oasis she had nurtured became a sanctuary for many desert creatures. Animals that once feared the relentless desert now found solace in the shade of the palms and the cool waters that flowed from the hidden spring. The oasis flourished, becoming a vibrant ecosystem in the middle of the barren desert. Nala's story spread across the desert, carried by the winds and the songs of the larks. Animals from far and wide came to see the oasis and to meet the wise and gentle fox who had created this paradise. Nala welcomed them all, sharing her knowledge of the desert and teaching them how to survive and thrive in the harsh environment. One day, a powerful sandstorm swept across the desert, more intense than any storm Nala had ever seen. The winds howled and the sands shifted, threatening to bury the oasis under a blanket of dust. The animals were frightened, unsure of what to do, but Nala remained calm. She gathered the animals together, leading them to the safest part of the oasis where they could take shelter. For days, the storm raged on, but Nala never wavered. She kept the animals safe, ensuring they had food and water until the storm finally subsided. When the winds died down and the skies cleared, the oasis was still standing, untouched by the storm's fury. The animals celebrated Nala's bravery and wisdom. They knew that without her, they would not have survived. The oasis had become a symbol of hope and resilience in the desert, a place where life could flourish against all odds. As Nala watched the animals return to their daily routines, she felt a deep sense of satisfaction. She had created something lasting, something that would continue to bring life to the desert long after she was gone. And though she knew her time was drawing near, she was at peace, knowing that the oasis would always be a refuge for those in need. One quiet night, under the light of a full moon, Nala lay down by the spring, surrounded by the friends she had made over the years. The larks sang softly, their melodies filling the night air. Nala closed her eyes, feeling the cool breeze on her fur and the warmth of the sand beneath her. She took one last deep breath, content in the knowledge that her legacy would live on in the hearts of the creatures she had helped. When morning came, the animals found Nala resting peacefully by the water's edge. Though she had passed on, her spirit remained in the oasis, in the songs of the larks, in the rustling of the palms, and in the life that thrived in the heart of the desert. Nala's story became a legend, a tale of kindness, courage, and the power of one small fox to change the world around her. And so the oasis continued to flourish, a living testament to the love and care of Nala, the fennec fox who had turned the desert into a paradise.